Hey guys, what is up today? This is Dalsu with Dalsu Plays, back with some more City Skylines After Dark expansion. Obvious disclaimer, I have a bit of a cold and my voice is nasally and weird, but I'm playing through it. So hope that doesn't bother you too much. When we last left, we had built this kind of weird industry-specific on and off ramp to get on the highway, and it actually fixed a lot of our problems, despite how it looks. I'm a practical person over an aesthetic person, but we are having a few problems with services getting around the city. As you can see, the garbage is not being picked up way over here. We have a little bit of room, but not a whole lot, so we need to fix that right away. So what are we gonna do? Well, we could put another dump over here and then cross the river again. So let's do that. I'm trying to keep my undesirable buildings over here. Now in reality, there's no bridge over here crossing the Mississippi River, because it's quite a feat to go across the Mississippi River. It's not something you can do for $8,000, as the game suggests. But we'll take advantage of that bit of fantasy and go ahead and build a 4-lane highway right over there. And should we use the 4-lane highway? I think the 4-lane highway is not recommendable, but I'm using it too much. Alright, so that's going to hopefully take care of our trash problems there. These guys go. A whole fleet of them. Should be able to fix the problem, I would think. Why is power problem? Did we just cut ourselves off again? Did we? Let's take a look. No, we are connected. What's your problem? Are we out of power? No, we have plenty. We disconnected from the turbines, so we'll do it like that, I suppose. Alright, there go the garbage trucks, fixing that problem for us. Crisis averted for the time being. We're also having an issue with fire trucks not being able to get over here, but I think that should be able to get over pretty fast now. We have a abandoned building again. Turn that down a little bit before we blow you away with that volume. Pour myself a little coffee here. This is a thinking man's game after all. Can't think without a healthy dose of stimulant. So yeah, I feel like this, despite the way it looks, is a big improvement to our overall traffic flow. Because these industry types don't have to mess around with all this. It would probably be a further improvement were I to kind of bridge this gap. So I'm thinking about doing that, although there's obviously no bridges over Canal Street in real life. That would be weird. In the game, we have to kind of reinvent the rules, so to speak. Slope. Too steep. How's that? I think that looks pretty good. I don't want to use our road frontage, though. We'll bring it down about there, and then we'll tie it in like this. Yeah? That's nice. Looks kind of weird. Let's make it a little prettier. Sorry, don't drive off the edge or anything. It's too high. Does it need to be that high, really? It can be hard to kind of do this properly. Page up. Well, no, it's not quite straight. Sorry, guys. This is a little late to start becoming a perfectionist, but alright, that's fine. So hopefully that'll help like a fireman to get over there. Really, in fact, there he is taking that exact bridge. So that's good. Small improvements should add up to big improvements after a while. This little butt of a road there. Yeah, this exit and entry seems to be getting a lot of use. So good for that. Probably do another entry exit up here somewhere, so if people are just aiming to get down to their houses, it won't be a big deal. Could also do a bus depot here in a minute. It's not good that they have to do that curve that slows them down for a second or two, but it's not a big deal. Alright, so how about some industry over here? They're going to be quite far away from the interstate. It means they're going to have to go all the way over here and then up through all this and over there. Although if we connected this, it would be kind of a straight shot for them. Let's do industry over here for the time being. Got a big demand. So we'll go ahead and fulfill that as best we can. Go like that, I suppose. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. So from there we will build some secondary roads. Yeah, I know I want to grow the city too. Secondary roads. Like that. And like that. Yeah, we won't build that one there. Okay, that looks kind of... This intersection. It's hard to build them to be pretty and practical, you know? I don't think it was necessary to go up here. I think that might be why it looks so weird. Right, so you're going across. And also the angles. It's going to bug me, sorry. It's going to bug me if I don't. Alright, so let's see here. Can we get the curve tool, please? That looks more natural, doesn't it? A little bit. Alright, start going down about there. Why? Space already occupied, why? It wants to put down another pillar. But why is it going up? Is it going up? Or does it just look like it's going up? No, it's going up. So I want to do page down, right? But now it's bringing me here and it won't let me do anything. See, this is why I don't like to do this. Fine. Slope too steep. Now it doesn't want to snap. If I do this, will it snap? Yeah, okay. So page down should... Yeah. That looks about the same. Didn't really fix it, but oh well. Yeah, I mean, that's not part of the game I particularly enjoy. So I just tend to like take assets off the internet and use them. I'll give credit where it's due. Those people have a lot more patience than I do. So the reason I have this go back up is to avoid this road, huh? Okay. Seems to be working pretty well. That's all that matters. Alright, so let's go ahead and zone this into residential, not residential, industrial. Make sure this is all connected up nice and good. And industrial. Make us some more money. Should probably do some specialized farmland at some point. We definitely don't have any ore, as I've said before. But we do have forestry and we do have farmland. It would be weird to have farmland over here, but I guess we probably should. Just for money-making sake, you know. I don't know. Farmland in the Treme seems a little bit weird. Probably won't do that. I'd rather have my city kind of look like New Orleans. I mean, it doesn't have to be exact by any means, but I'd rather have it kind of look like New Orleans than I'd rather have it be somewhat accurate than have a big farm in the middle of a historic neighborhood. Okay, so what's next for us? Should we do some bus routes? Probably so. Where do we want the bus station to be? The bus station is... Oh, a taxi stand. I didn't realize I had to do that. Okay, well, that's kind of nice. Taxi stands would be good. Like down here probably. Can we... Okay, we'll do it there. And we'll do one up here. We'll do one over here. And we'll do one over here. Destroying all these buildings that are producing income. And I probably don't need one over here. Not yet anyway. So that should add a little bit of an improvement. And I thought we were going to do buses, but apparently we're not there yet. Yeah. Oh, we are. Okay. Bus depot. In the real New Orleans, the bus depot is like over here. But we don't want to go all the way over there, so probably just put it like on this big canal street right here. And let's make some bus stops, shall we? I'd like to do something like this. Stop there. And you come up here. Stop like here is fine. Stop like right there is fine. Come back around. This is just your neighborhood bus route. Okay. Second bus route. Start here. Nope. Create new line. Let's see. I would love one to start over here. No. Let's have one start over here. This is the industrial bus stop. And then once you're through, you come down here. Stop at the French Market. Yeah, and then stop at the power plant in case anyone's working there. And come, stop there. And then, I don't know why it's not letting me return to my spot more directly, but that's fine. Okay, so that's your, I like that this mod actually changes the colors. It's easier to tell what's going on. So those are fine for right now. Why do I have so many abandoned buildings? Let's check that out. It was abandoned. Not enough workers. I see my residential demand has gone way up while I've been messing with bus routes. So we should be able to fix that. We have a lot of space. So yeah, all this area is good to go, I believe. We're going to have to plant some trees there to make it look less weird. Got kind of a gap in the middle of it. There are palm trees in New Orleans. Many, many. It's entirely accurate. Okay, so that should fix the lack of workforce problem. Just have to keep on top of destroying abandoned buildings as much as possible so that new ones can grow in their place and we can keep making that money. It's like this connection is no longer in use. Go ahead and get rid of it. Yeah, my intersection here is working very well. Definitely has spared this road a lot of traffic. Let's take a look here. I don't know why this is darker. I mean, no one ever actually stops. They just, you know. Probably makes more sense to just go this way with it. We'll do that later, maybe. Keeps wanting me to buy a new piece of land. Should probably do that at some point. Should probably buy this one. Although, to be a little bit more historically accurate, we should probably start by building over here. This is what's called, well, this was the CBD where the Americans, actually, this is the French Quarter because this is where all the French lived. And then Canal Street was actually a real canal for a long time. It connected the river to the lake. And on the other side was called the American area. I'm not sure what the exact name was, but it's now the CBD, or the Central Business District. But this side is very different architecturally because it was mostly built by American kind of, maybe even like Protestant types. Whereas this type was built by French, Spanish, Creoles. So it has a more European feeling, you might say. Whereas this is in the new style. They actually tore down. So you know the French Quarter has really beautiful wrought iron balconies as one of its distinctive characteristics. And they had built some buildings over here like that as well. But then later on, the Americans got obsessed with things looking modern. So they ripped down a lot of those old ironwork balconies and stuff. It was horrible. Now you're like totally not allowed to do that. If you live in the French Quarter, even if you own the building, you can't, you're not allowed to even hang your laundry on your iron wrought balcony because it's to maintain the beauty of the area. There's a lot of different rules and regulations. You can't replace certain things. You can't change certain things. You're not even allowed to hang your laundry on certain things because they want it. You know, it's one of the only things that provides any kind of economical boost in the whole city. New Orleans is poor. It's dirt poor. You got people with a lot of old money, but New Orleans is not the kind of place where money moves around a lot. Most of the money in New Orleans comes from New Yorkers and Californians coming to New Orleans and buying a drink on Bourbon Street and staying in a fancy hotel and all this kind of stuff. So keeping the French Quarter kind of beautiful and interesting, there's a huge financial incentive for that. Because if the New Yorkers and the Californians stop coming, well, I'll just put it this way. There's only one Fortune 500 company in New Orleans, and it's the power company. I mean, if you go to another city of similar size in America, you might have 10 or 12. Seattle's got what, like 60 or 70? Seattle's bigger than New Orleans, but it's not that much bigger, you know. So I don't know why that is. It might have something to do with the kind of laid back attitude of people in New Orleans. Like you don't have too many ambitious types. Is the best way I could put it. That's a generalization, of course, but people are content. Some people are content to just kind of be a bartender their whole lives and hang out in New Orleans and listen to music. It's more like a kind of cultural proclivity towards apathy than you would have in a place like New York, where you got to do something and make something of yourself, and that's real important and all this kind of stuff. Or a place like Dallas, where everyone's going to care what kind of car you drive, and that's going to be really important, and things like that. So it's a little bit in its own world, and I don't know if I'm just talking out of my ass here or not, but there's not a lot of money that flies around in the area. I mean, there's more now since the storm, but still. Alright, so on that note, it's been about 20 minutes. City's coming along nicely. I mean, this looks very French Quarter-y, although it would look more so if the streets were kind of laid out in a bit more of a grid. I mean, the French Quarter is pretty much just laid out in a grid. But I didn't want to do that. I also didn't want to tie in too much to these other roads because I think it helps traffic. Real quickly before we finish, let's just glance at our traffic tool here. Yeah, I think that we've done a pretty good job, actually. So we'll end it on that positive, bright note, and I will see you guys next time on Dallas Who Plays City Skylines.